what I'm having. And after home, you have to go. And I was just like, how do people do? Hello everybody and welcome to my birth vlog slash birth story time. As you guys know by now, baby arrived a month ago. I've announced on Instagram, and today I'm officially breaking off the story to you guys. This is day one at the hospital. We are getting induced and hopefully baby will arrive soon. It's 3 hours or 2 hours since we got admitted. I came for an induction. I was hoping for labor to happen spontaneously, but couldn't wait any longer. Sunday is my due date and today is a Friday, and nothing was happening. On Wednesday we were 39 weeks and 3 days, and like the guy me spoke about induction. He wasn't suggesting it, but he was saying if nothing happens after next week, the week that we are heading towards, if nothing doesn't happen, then I must come on Monday for induction. Okay, that's what we agreed on. I was happy with that, and I told him that I want to wait it out. I want to wait for labor to happen spontaneously. Then if it doesn't happen, we can come in for induction next week Monday. I was at a point where like I can't sleep throughout the night. Like I sleep for maybe like 4 hours, sometimes 2 hours, and then I'm up literally the whole night. I couldn't eat anymore. My back, it hurt so badly. I had like back pain and I was just not feeling well. So last night I thought about this, and I looked at a couple of videos of ladies that did the induction, and I was like, you know what, instead of waiting this thing out and torturing myself, I should somewhat accept that I tried and I did my absolute best and go for induction the following day. In the morning, I called my doctor's room and I asked if I can come in for induction, and the receptionist was like, the doctor is off today, but I will speak to him and hear what he says and we'll get back to you. And after a couple of minutes, the doctor called me and he asked what's happening. What changed my mind? I told him, listen, I'm having a hard time. I can't take this thing anymore. I don't see myself going into spontaneous labor before the due date. And also the thing with our doctor is that he's writing exams, so he was gonna be off next week, the whole week. I was not comfortable with like being on this journey with him from literally the start of our pregnancy, and then have another doctor be assigned to me now, when I have to give birth. So I was like, you know what, I'm uncomfortable, I can't take this thing anymore. I'm in pain, not like contractions, but I'm having like back pain. I'm feeling sickly, I'm feeling fluish. And remember, when you're pregnant, you can't even take any form of medication. So if you have flu, the only medication that you can take is a Panado, right? But yeah, I told him I'm tired and I just want this baby out of me. And he was like, okay, cool, you can come to my office now so that I can check whether your cervix is favorable for induction. And then I came with my husband, and then he did the cervical check, which is uncomfortable. It's not as painful as heard people say it is based off of their experience. It was just like uncomfortable, you know. And I think the reason it was uncomfortable is because I went in with that mentality, your cervical check is painful, but it was just like a bit of uncomfort, but I was okay afterwards. And then he mentioned that I am not dilated, my cervix is closed, but he can do the induction. It was around 11 o'clock, and then he said my husband and I should come back within an hour's time at 12. Then we went home, so we had like everything packed already, everything was ready. So we went home, and then like we took our bags, and then we came for admission at past 12 o'clock. And at 2, the nurse came to check my cervix again, which was quite painful. I think it depends on who's doing the check, because yeah, with my doctor it was slightly uncomfortable, but with the nurse here it wasn't painful, but like the discomfort was more. And then she had to do what, to put in like the gel for that they use for induction. So with mine they're using the gel, I don't remember what they call the gel, but then like they insert the gel in your vagina, and then it has to like, I think, come into contact with your womb so that it can like soften the cervix so that the cervix can start dilating. The nurse literally had like her one finger in, and the thing, a tube like thing as well, literally at the same time in front of my womb. It was like uncomfortable. It wasn't painful, it was like super uncomfortable. And then afterwards like my vagina was burning. So yeah, that's what's currently happening. It's 20 to 4 o'clock, and these cervical checks are annoying. I think she has to come again at 4 and do another cervical check. I think this one I'm gonna ask her to sit this one out and maybe like do it like later, so that my vagina can like recover from like the trauma. Yeah, so that's what's happening. And having contractions apparently. Also when I came in, the nurse put like that belt on me that measures your contractions, I think, and she was like, actually you are in early labor, you are having contractions, didn't you feel that you are having contractions? And I'm like, no, I didn't. And she showed me like how your belly looks like when you are contracting, and I was like, oh, like it happened quite a lot, but I wasn't aware that this is a contraction because I didn't feel the pain, I didn't feel anything at all. So she's like, no, you are actually having contractions. And yeah, even after they did the induction, I started like having them again. They're not bad, but I'm not dilated as yet, so I guess we'll see when we are about like 2-3 centimeters dilated how my pain tolerance is. I do have a high pain tolerance, but I mean like labor is different from like pain that I've experienced before, so we'll see. Yeah, everything's all good. Baby is fine. My husband went home to take a shower and get us food, so he's basically gonna be sleeping here at the hospital with me. So yeah, that's all for now. That was that. We took the first dose at 2, and then doctor explained that another one he's gonna do it after 6 hours, so at 8 o'clock. And then after the second one in July, like, I should be almost ready to give birth. That's what he said. I was having contractions, but they weren't like that strong. They weren't as strong as they need to be. Like 6 August 6, the nurses changed shift, so a different nurse came, and then it was a guy this time around. He introduced himself, and then he monitored me, and then 8 o'clock they came with the doctor, did a cervical check, and I wasn't dilated at all still. They give me the second dosage. Then the doctor explains, sorry, after the second one, things should start happening, right? Then he's like, but I'm gonna give you time. So if you are still not dilating, I'm gonna come and give you the last one at 2 a.m. Then after 2 a.m, if you are not dilating, we are doing an emergency C-section. After 8, move me to the stage 1 delivery room. Past 9, we just moved to the delivery room. You're not gonna cry when I'm in pain.
Cry for what?
On your wife's behalf.
A few moments later.
You? I see.
And she's like in this room. Nah, and I'm not the type of person. But I think like when they get inside your vagina, that thing, like, it throws you off, hey? And I was just like, how do people do this? Like, so I feel like a cervical check. Also to me, lady.
You?
I'm gonna give you the ball now, ne?
Okay.
Just one thing. Do you have a pediatrician, or are you gonna use the one on call?
I think for today, for now, we can use the one on call. Amnio hook to puncture the amniotic sac in 2 places, in the lower part and in the upper part. But they say no guarantee of success, but used with oxytocin, studies show that people will give birth within 24 hours of membrane rupture. And it's just like waiting, sitting on the bed, chatting. Linneo was also working at the same time. Then got to, it was the guy that, the guy came to 2:30, not even got to 2:30. That's how much he gave me time. He came 2:30, gave me the last dosage, and he's like, if by 6 you're not dilated at all, we are going to theater for an emergency C-section. Yo guys, because I didn't want to do the C-section at all. The contractions start coming. Yo guys, those things are painful. It started like slowly, and then like after not even like after a long time, after my 5 minutes, in Riawa. Guys, I was in so much pain. They were like coming in every 2 to 3 minutes, and they were 60 seconds apart. Yeah, and I know ibile wa tjho hore yeah, I wanna now baba, like you are giving birth. Dr. Hatlamo, you're gonna be like 5-6 centimeters dilated. Now I didn't believe I was dilating him. I didn't believe him at all. And I was like, I'm not dilating whatever. These are just like contractions. They're not coming as hard as they're supposed to be coming. And he's like, nah, you're gonna be 5 or 6 centimeters dilated when the gynae comes and you'll see. In so much pain. Yo, I was in pain. Got past 6, the gynae is not the one coming in. The night nurse comes in and he's like, I'm doing the last cervical check, and then if you have started dilating, we are progressing. I'm gonna check how far are you, and then we're gonna progress in the second labor room, and then if you're not, we are admitting you for an emergency. And I'm like, listen, and next, I am done. I give it next. I prepare for an emergency C-section. Don't even do the cervical check. I have decided I'm giving birth via C-section. We're no longer doing the natural birth thingy. I'm done. I'm saying that while Neo is sleeping so that when he wakes up, he can wake up having already decided, and we can just go to the theater. I didn't even want him to change my mind. And he's like, no, unfortunately, that's not how things work. We have to check if your cervix has dilated or not. And only then we can decide, because you can't do a C-section just in G, you know. Oh, senyakhala manje. Yo, guys, like, yo. And then he's like, I'm not even gonna call your doctor to come and do the cervical check. I'll do a soft check for you. Oh. Guys, Leona soft check guys, like you, I enjoy it. And then yeah, he does that soft check, yeah, high. And unfortunately, after I think it was 16 hours, I wasn't dilated still, and they started prepping me for an emergency C-section. Yeah, I think Noah was up already. He had just like woken up, and then like tears started like coming out of my eyes, and he was like, "Ah, babe, you are crying. No, don't worry, you'll be fine. It's not your fault." You're like, I cried, guys. Like I cried. I could have just like went for an elective C-section and avoided all the cervical checks and like the pain that I was in within that moment. Like I cried so much. Like I cried, but like not crying as in like yee, no, not the kind of cry. Like tears were just like rolling down my face. Yeah, like we started packing and preparing for going to the theater, and I was in so much pain. So I asked the nurse, okay, you guys, like, isn't there something nyana that you can give me for pain for this journey yahoyaga theater? And it's like, no, you're gonna get that thing epidural, so we're not supposed to give you any pain medication, because that's like pain medication itself, so you're not supposed to be having any pain medication in your system. They gave Nero those things that your birthing partners wear in the theater, and then he changed into that outfit, and then we started making our way to the theater. On our way, guys, oh, bless you, my angel. I was in pain. Yo, I was in pain. Yo, like the journey was long. From like the delivery room to the theater, it was the longest journey ever because I was in so much pain. And then before we get it in the theater again, like we have to wait outside, have to wait for the nurses. They have to do like admin, whatnot. That time I'm in pain. Like I'm just like, guys, can you please start and get over and done with this thing? And then we go in the room. Then they explain to us what's to happen. The team introduces themselves. Yo, guys, I was crying, and they're like, yo, guys, I was in so much pain, and they're like, you have to relax. The anesthesiologist, yes, the anesthesiologist is like, please relax. He gives me a pillow. And then they rub me with those who know with those things in the back, and then they explain to me that they're gonna inject me through the spine, I think, and then they're gonna inject me twice at the back and then twice in the front in my belly.
Okay.
And then they ask Noah to come in front of me to hold my hand so that I can be at least calm. I was in so much pain, and they're like, oh, please, you have to relax. So I told them I can't relax because I'm getting a contraction, and they're like, okay, please tell us when it's over and then relax so that we can inject the epidural. And I did, and that thing numbed me, and then the procedure started. Neil was so nervous, like he was extremely nervous, and and he said to me in that moment, babe, think about your happiest moment. Guys, like I couldn't even think. But then yeah, once the procedure started, we had a conversation. I don't remember what we were talking about. And then the next thing I know, baby's out crying. You guys, like it happened how quickly I wanted it to happen, because like at that point in time I was in so much pain, like I was over giving birth. Yeah, so yeah, after literally 15 minutes the procedure started at 7:45. After 15 minutes baby was out, born at 8 o'clock Saturday morning, the 5th, and baby weighed 3.2 kg. As you can see, baby is a girl.